Welcome everyone to the Little Crafter Show. Hello, my name is Eileen, or aka Eileen the Little Crafter. Anywho, this particular background is it's a 5x8 mixed media page. I just have some gesso on there. I have some distressing in silver and some high flow paint in purple. I'm using a Ranger stamp. I can't remember if it's Diane Reilly or it's a Ranger. It's a Christmas stamp, and it looks like stars, and I wanted to use it. I thought it was pretty cool. It kind of looks like it can go with anything. And then I'm going to be using some green, I forget if it's Mowed Lawn, just one of the green tones from the Distress line inks. And then I'm going to be using Firebrick Red or some type of red ink, using this stamp by Seven Gypsies. I got this one at Michael's. And I'm just going to be stamping it randomly here and there, not worrying about getting a perfect pattern, just having some fun creating a nice cool background. I'm going to be using this scrapbook page. I'm not going to use the whole thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the alligators. I just wanted to try something different, and I'm not going to have you watch me fussy cut all these alligators out, which were pretty difficult. So we're going to be moving along, and they're going to be cut out, and I think that I used some ink on them, but no, I didn't ink them. I'm going to be adhering some score tape down onto them. I just didn't feel like using my liquid adhesive, so I'm just varnishing it and then pulling the paper, the backing up, and then I'm going to glue it down to the background to add more interest and fun to the back. I'm just, I don't know, wanting to use up my scraps, doing something different and unique, and nothing really fancy smancy, just just using up my scraps and having fun and trying something different here and there. So I mean, I think it's fun when you experiment with your work, and this is definitely a stretch for me, I guess. And in a moment we will see also another stretch. This is in an American oh goodness gracious me, Greeting Farm stamp, not American, Greeting Farm stamp. It's a digi stamp, and what I did was I just printed it out on some printer paper. I used a little bit of markers for it and a couple of colored pencils on it, just wanting the different looks on the paper. And I didn't want to use too much marker because it was just going to bleed, so I decided to use mainly colored pencils for the image. She's creepy happy birthday or creepy something or other, and you can find her on the Greeting Farms. She's a digi stamp, and now I'm just figuring out what I'm gonna do. I just went around the edges with the Distress ink in red, and now I'm gonna be using a 3-inch punch. Well, I used it on the side. Just basically writing paper or notebook paper, and going around with Distress ink to tie in some of the colors. I think the only color I really didn't tie in that well was the blue, but that's okay. I tied in the purple. Also, I used the pewter for her crown. The silver distress stain I used on her crown. So right now I'm just going to be, excuse me, I'm having some coffee as I'm enjoying this process. So in any case, I just adhere that down with some score tape. And later on in the video, I didn't film that process because I forgot to turn on my camera. I just used some Pitt pens. I used the bow tip and the fine tip. What I do is I go around the image, and then I go around the paper, and then I finish up the title. I just use a gold Q. This is like glitter paper, and I decided that I wanted to use it up, and I'll use it. The title will say Drama Queen to finish up the page. Thank you so much for watching. All the list of supplies will be on my blog, EileenTheLittleCrafter.com. Bye for now.